The new season of Lotus Richey Ignite Show, bringing you realness, authenticity, and unparalleled wisdom from top leaders, business professionals, pioneers, and everyday people. Thank you for joining us. Have a great time during the show. The former middleweight boxing champion of the world, the two-time Hall of Famer, and the champion of champions, Mr. No Mercy Percy, giving us a little mercy, Percy, please, right here on the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, as he ignites and takes flight in every area of his life, right here on the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. Welcome, the former middleweight champion of the world, Mr. No Mercy Percy! Don't give him no mercy, Mr. Percy! On the Lotus Richey Ignite Show! Woo woo! Yeah! Alright. Come on in. Get it when you fit in. Let's go. Woo! That's right. I was starting that all over for you again. Go ahead and tell a friend to come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room around my table for you. And tonight, this your lady, Lotus Richey. That's right. They told me a doctor is in the house, and I am definitely in the house. But I got a champ with me tonight. So as you come in and get in where you fit in right around my table, make sure you go out and tag a friend and tell them to come on in, because it's time to win as we talk about this amazing topic that we have for you tonight. That's right. I've got none other than the amazing boxer, because let's face it, we know that boxing is a sport that's been around a long time, and people just love the art, the craft of boxing, even the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And tonight, I want to welcome you to share this broadcast with your friends, because I've got an extraordinary show for you tonight with my amazing guest. He's been a boxer since he's been about 9 years old. Yes, I know, 9 years old. And now I'm not dating him, okay? That don't make him old. It just makes him extremely experienced. He's been around some of the best boxers on the planet. He's been coached by some of the best coaches. But most importantly, he has turned his life into a living legend that you're going to see here tonight. Because I said that he's the champion of champions, and I definitely mean that. Why? Because he is learning still, even today, how to champion life and win. So I want you to come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've got room around my table for you. And go ahead, tell your friend, tell your coworker, and tell your frenemy, because even your frenemies need to know what we're talking about today. So go ahead, get in where you fit in, and guess what? I want to welcome you to the show. You've got 30 seconds to do what? You know, go tag a friend and let them know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, and thank you for being here. This is the Lotus Richey Ignite Show with none other than Dr. Lotus Richey herself, and she's got a featured guest tonight, No Mercy Percy. Yes, the boxing extraordinaire is here tonight to share with you his amazing story and his amazing life. Champion life and win. Hey, I'm back. And listen, for you guys had 30 seconds to go ahead and tap somebody and get them on in here. So tonight, I want you to welcome the former middleweight champion of the world. He's a two-time Hall of Famer. He's a speaker. He's an entrepreneur. He's a role model. He's a loving husband. He is the champ. He is none other than No Mercy Percy. And you have a ringside seat tonight to talk to this amazing living legend in his own right and in his own time. And so with no further ado, I'm going to go backstage and bring to you my friend, your friend, because what? It's time to win. None other than the incredible Show No Mercy, Mr. Percy. We'll be right back.
The former middleweight boxing champion of the world, the two-time Hall of Famer, and the champion of champions, Mr. No Mercy Percy, giving us a little mercy, Percy, please, right here on the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, as he ignites and takes flight in every area of his life, right here on the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. Welcome, the former middleweight champion of the world, Mr. No Mercy Percy!
Go Percy! Go Percy! Go Percy!
Only here tonight on the Lotus Richey Ignite Show.
Welcome, No Mercy Percy! Woo!
Hey, Doc, how you doing? Oh.
Hey, how you doing, champ?
Hey, Doc, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Always great to see you. Always great to see you. So, one, thank you for coming to the show. You are the champ among champs. You are the champ, and I'm so happy to be having a ringside seat, so to speak, right here with you tonight. And so, champ, I told folks who you are. I told them to welcome you to the show. I told them that you're a former middleweight champion of the world. You're a two-time Hall of Famer. You're a speaker. You're an entrepreneur. You're a role model, and you're a loving husband. And no doubt, you are the champ. You are the Mr. of the Mr. Show No Mercy Percy. And so I've shared with my audience and your audience a little bit about you, but tell us a little bit more about who you are, because we're going to jump right into our topic tonight, champion life and win. So let's tell us a little bit more about yourself, champ.
Well, I'm a loving husband. I run a bar downtown DC in Washington DC on 8th Street, Ocean Lounge. I just do the basic things in life that everybody else do. I just I have a good wife. I have a strong partner. Several businesses with my HVAC company. I do HVAC. And I'm just enjoying life right now.
All right. I'm loving it. So I heard you say that you are the owner of a place called the Ocean Lounge in Washington, D.C.
Well, let me get that. My wife and I own the place, okay? Pam McKenzie and Percy Harris, we both own the place. Let's don't say just me now.
See, that's why people
that's her heart. That's her heart.
Yes. That's why people love you, champ. I love how you love your spouse. She is an amazing lady, and I've had the pleasure to meet her. So I love that. So you and Miss Pam own the Ocean Lounge right there in Washington, D.C. And I know most recently you had a phenomenal event where you launched your lounge again, but you're featured on Tap In Magazine. And so we're going to come back to that.
That was an honor. Thank you. That was an honor.
Okay. So we're going to come back to that. But first things first, I want to thank Miss Pam for making sure you're here. I want to thank her for her support and her love. And just let's give a hand clap for Miss Pam, y'all. Go ahead and put a number 2 in the comment. Put a number 2 in the comment for his loving wife, Pamela. All right. So champ, what inspired you to come to the show tonight to talk about championing your life and win? Because undoubtedly you are a champion in multiple rings, because you are an entrepreneur, you're a role model, etc.
Well, being a champion in boxing is kind of tough, but also being a champion in life, anybody can be a champion in life. Not just myself, but the next person out there can be a champion too. When you look at life itself, when you look at obstacles, you look at things, you look at opportunities. I guess being a boxer, like when I became a champion in boxing, it took me many years to become a champion. From being a champion, it showed me how to navigate life. And I guess throughout my navigation, sometimes you really can't do it by yourself with just one person. Then when I came upon my partner, my wife, it was, it's like the heavens opened up for me, and it just made things so much easier for me. So I guess my success right now from being a boxer, being a champion by myself, but my my real success has come right now from being married to my wife, from being able to pick up houses, pick up have tenants, do this things, do different things like that, and it's just been it's been nice, but also for being a champion, from knowing how to navigate life, knowing how to jog in the beginning, knowing how to train. It also teach you, I guess, it teach you how to navigate life.
Awesome. And I love that. I love that. And so you're here tonight, and one of the reasons why you're here tonight is to help people understand that they can navigate life. And
Yes. Yes.
and a lot of times the right partner can
Oh yeah.
help us
Oh,
to navigate through life and navigate through life and win. And that's the key. We want to navigate life and win. So champ, let's talk boxing. Let's talk
okay.
brass
That's no
tacks.
boxing, no
How
problem.
did you get your start and who inspired you? Because I think I heard you say that you were boxing since you were 9 years old.
Well, I started boxing at 9 in Bleachwood, Texas. I had my first fight in Bleachwood, Texas at 9 years old. Um, I guess my father inspired me. My father loved boxing.
Yes.
He wanted to be a boxer himself, and I guess he sort of embedded that dream in me. And of course, being a young child, you look up to your father. You want to impress your father. I trained, I ran, I boxed, I sparred. I tried to just do what he told me to do. And from 9 to 12, from 12 to 15. By the time I was 18, I was pretty good. From about doing something from 9 years straight, I was pretty good at
Yes.
18. And of course, maybe let's say from 22 to 23, I probably took a break for 2 years out of boxing, and then I turned pro at 25, which was a little late in my career turning pro. I turned pro at 25, and I guess I didn't really have a long career. 5 years, 5 years from well, 4 years from 25 to 29 boxing,
Mhm.
but I made some right choices. I picked some good fights. I mean,
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
I didn't win all the fights. Like I didn't win with Roy,
Yes.
and I did win. I must tell you, I did win with Bernard Hopkins. I mean,
Yes, I
I
know
lost
that.
the fight on. I lost the fight, I guess, on paper, but I won the fight in the ring because
Exactly.
I must say I did beat Roy Jones. I mean, Bernard Hopkins. You know,
Yes.
I thought I was robbed of that fight,
Yes. And you
but
and the interesting thing about that is that when you look out um in the boxing world, and I've heard some people say that they couldn't find that fight. They couldn't find that fight for some reason, but the fight happened because it's on your card.
okay. Uh,
Okay.
let me.
Um,
Could I interject real quick?
yes,
The reason they
please.
can't find that fight was because at the time,
Mhm.
I think I was 8-0 with six knockouts at the time.
Yes.
I think Bernard was 5-1 at the
Mhm.
time, and
Yes.
I think I fought him in his hometown, Philly. He
Yes.
had, I guess, he had a little more control in Philly than I did. So
Mhm.
therefore, when the fight was aired, his people had that fight pulled because he didn't look good. And
Right. Right.
I thought that he didn't look good, and they didn't want him. They didn't want that fight to be shown from, I guess, from a marketing point of view.
Right. Right. Mhm.
Yeah, they didn't want that fight to be shown, so therefore that fight was pulled.
Right.
Because I thought I beat him from round one to round. We fought. It was a 6 round fight.
Right. Hmm.
Let's see.
And so I love that. I love that. So let's talk. Let's talk about that a little bit more,
Yes, ma'am.
because sometimes when you get in situations and fights are pulled and things of that nature, you wonder why this happens, but you didn't stop. You kept going.
Yeah,
So talk to us about what inspired you to keep going.
Well, I guess from
And we're gonna pull you up close and personal, champ. You won't see me, but
okay,
the
okay.
world can see
I,
you.
I, I guess from when I lost that fight, I was 8-0 with 6 knockouts. I mean, it was during the prime of my career. I was in shape. I was boxing my best. I didn't stop boxing because a winner don't quit. Just because you lose a fight by decision or by getting knocked out or something, a winner don't quit. So from the beginning stage, I was fighting all my life roughly, and I know I had more fights to come with my style, with my talent, and I know I could. I know I could one day eventually win me a title like I did. So,
Awesome.
and not only winning the title, I became Hall of Fame not only in Washington D.C.
Exactly.
and in Maryland. So I'm two-time Hall of Famer. So I didn't
Exactly.
quit then. That didn't stop me.
Yep. And you, I mean, you fought a lot of people. You also fought for the US overseas. You fought people like Lee Smith, Doug Seekey, George
Mm.
Taylor, Darrell Brooks, Dwight Hunter, Lynn Robertson, Danny Mitchell, James
Wow.
Williamson, Bernard Hopkins, and you fought Bernard Hopkins back in 1990.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am. Long time ago. Long
and
time ago.
and yeah, it was a long time ago, but you did an excellent job in the ring. You even fought Rick Smith, even though like you said, the fight may have been robbed from you with Bernard Hopkins, but you went on to win your next fights by a knockout, and then you
Okay.
went on
Okay.
to fight Ralph Moncrief, and then Ray McElroy, then Aaron Smith, Edwin Newby,
Wow.
I think
My
Kevin
whole career.
Johnson. You fought Charles Scott, Thomas Tate, Lamar Parks, and of course Ray Jones. And
Okay.
so you have fought a lot of folks. And
Yes,
like
ma'am.
you said, winners don't quit.
I was called to go to Italy. I went to Italy to fight for the title, and I won my title in Italy. I fought Thomas Tate, and of course nobody expected me to win that fight because I really wasn't trained that good at the time. I wasn't really in the best of shape, but it was a title. It was a title on the line, and I knew if I win that fight, it would take me over the edge. It would take me to the
Right.
next level, like it did. So
Mhm.
that was one. Matter of fact, it was a tough fight, but it was an easy fight for me.
Huh?
Yeah, it was a very easy fight. It wasn't tough at all. So I guess it was a title fight, but it was an easy fight for me.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. So you won that in Italy over Thomas Tate. Fantastic. So champ, let me ask you this, because it's without question that you you boxed. I want to say that you boxed in Russia. You didn't mention that, but I got
Um,
some secret
no,
sauce. You
okay, yes,
boxed in
yes.
Russia.
Hold on. I fought a Russian. Yes, ma'am. His name was
Yes.
Hilbek Klimov, and that was one of my toughest fights of my life. I was 21 and he was 25,
Right.
and that was a tough fight. I mean, it was a 3 round fight. It was an amateur fight. It was a 3 round fight. Uh, it was on Wild World of Sports to be exact.
Yep.
Hosted by Al Magnuson, who was a great commentator.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first round, lost the first round.
Mm-hmm.
A 3 round fight. In the second and third round, I came back with an extra zeal that took me over the hump.
Uh-huh.
And so that fight was, I guess, the beginning of from that fight there. I should have turned pro, but I
Right.
waited like 4 more years, and I should have turned pro after that fight, but I didn't.
And that was a great fight, champ. I saw that fight. It was a great champ. I wasn't living then.
Wow, you
I was
saw that?
living then, but I doing my research, I was able to watch a few of your fights, and I saw
Uh-huh.
that fight, and it was a great fight. And your fight, your win over the Russian guy, was judged the best fight of the night. Did you know that?
Well, really, my fight. I learned you later on because they wasn't going to show my fight, but because
Yes.
my fight was the best fight, they showed it. So I was
Yep.
grateful for that.
Yep. And in a interview that you talked to the news media, you shared that, and I thought that was incredible because you won the belt, okay, the IBF Intercontinental Middleweight. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am.
because there was so much demand and so many people wanted to see that fight, they had no other alternative, from what I understand, but to show the fight. And so that was amazing. How did you feel knowing that you had made global history?
Well, I guess relieved, happy, and like wow, like I mean, a fighter's goal is to win a belt, to win a championship. You
Right,
know,
right.
so that's what you fight for. Like football players play football to win, um, to win the was it the Super Bowl? I mean, most football players, professional football players, play to win the Super Bowl. I mean, only two teams could go there.
Yes.
What's it? 32 teams start off, and only two teams make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's
Right.
everybody's goal. And my goal is to win a belt. And along with win the belt, I guess because of my in the ring, out the ring, my attitude,
Yeah.
my the way I treated people, and also people, the commentators saw me and respected me enough to make me Hall of Famer. So
Right.
I guess what I did in the ring showed how I respected people out the ring, and of course, because to be a Hall of Famer, you just can't. You just not a boxing Hall of Famer. You're a Hall of Famer all around. It's your
Exactly.
personality. It's what you deal with people. It's what you deal with things,
Exactly.
and I was just grateful to, I guess, after I retired, to be a Hall of Famer.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So, listen, folks, I want to thank you for coming in. If you're just joining us, we have the remarkable former middleweight champion of the world. That's right. I'm talking about boxing, folks. None other than the amazing No Mercy Percy. And look, I'm so happy that you're here. Go ahead and put some L's in the comment block. Put some L's in the comment block. Let's give Mr. Percy some love. And while we're giving him some love, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back. So make sure you stick around. We'll be right back. And don't forget, if you haven't, go ahead and tag a friend. And when you come back, let us know where are you streaming it from. We want to know. Be right back.
It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you've come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed, landing page, social media platforms, and get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Zoom, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professionals, not assistants, because assistants can only assist you, but the virtual professionals can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start bossing today. Intelligent, poised, patient, powerful, and cunning, he is the former middleweight boxing champion of the world. And a two-time Hall of Famer, he has fought men all around the world. Charles Scott, Thomas Tate, Lamar Parks, Roy Jones Jr., and many more. He is the champion of all champions. And today, he's sharing with people all around the world how to champion life and win. Please welcome none other than Show No Mercy Percy.
Woo woo! I'm loving it. Let me get some water here. I got so excited backstage. I was like, whoa. So listen, champ, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank all of our guests from around the world that's viewing us.
Oh, it's a pleasure being
Hello.
here.
Welcome to the show tonight. If you're just joining us, this is, of course, no other than Champion Life and Win with our guest, the remarkable living legend, No Mercy Percy.
Oh, thank you.
So I got a little dry throat. So champ, go ahead and talk to the folks a little bit and tell them what a champion is.
Well, a champion really have certain principles. You have to focus your vision, your direction, your strategy, and it takes commitment. Um, I must say that in my boxing career, I think I've jogged over 450,000 miles in my lifetime. And each one of those miles, whenever I would go jogging, I would think, one day I would be champ. One day I'll be champ. Not, I would say that all the time, hoping I would become champion. And I did become champ. And then after I became champ, not really knowing that from treating people right, showing respect for others, even though I was a champion. Then I made it to Hall of Fame. I guess that was a real blessing, becoming a Hall of Famer, not just one-time Hall of Famer, two-time Hall of Famer. So I guess there's certain secrets to life. All of it's the same. It takes commitment. Um, it takes work. It takes focus and take direction, and everybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Now, anybody can't be a boxing champion, but you can be a champion in your sport, in your field. I can't hear you, doctor.
All right, so there I am. I'm back on the mic, folks. So listen, champ, thanks for telling us that. Sometimes when you get excited, how that saliva go down the wrong way. That's what happened. So
Okay.
I want to thank you, Angie. I see you from DC. She's got some tools in there. Tomorrow from the Philippines, she's here. We see Miss Yamaja Jubilee. That's Dr. Yamaja Jubilee from Richmond, Virginia. And she says, discipline. Let's talk a little bit about discipline. Why is it that you have to be disciplined to be in sports, but also to champion life?
Well, it take discipline because whenever you start something, sometimes you may not get it right in the beginning, and it takes constantly doing something over and over and over again. It takes drive. It just takes commitment along with the discipline in order to do something right. And I must say, I boxed for 20 years, but one of the hardest sports that I've entered into after boxing was golf.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you look at people hitting a golf ball, you look at hitting the ball far, hitting the ball short, hitting the ball long. That's the one of the toughest sports in the world. I mean, it's putting that ball in that hole is tough. It's
Yes.
it's like beyond tough. Putting a golf ball in that little hole. I mean, it takes eye coordination. It just takes studying the ball. It takes a right rhythm. I mean, and it's like it takes discipline. It takes focus, and I guess you do life the same way.
Yep.
Focus, discipline, commitment, and strategy.
All right. I like that. So it also takes focus and strategy also.
Mhm, mhm.
Because anytime you go in any direction, you have to have a plan to get there. And that's what I'm hearing you say. So, again, folks, if you're just joining us tonight, our topic is Champion Life and Win with none other than the amazing former middleweight champion of the world and two-time Hall of Famer himself, Mr. No Mercy Percy. So, I want to go back to some of our audience comments. I was asking folks to let's show you some love. So I see Franzi is here from Annandale, Virginia. Hey, Franzi, good to see you. Yamaja said, what did you gain holistically from boxing? Because I heard you say you ran over what, 4,000 miles?
450,000
450,000 miles.
in
Whoa.
20 in
Can
20 years.
anybody put
In 20,
450,000 miles in the chat? 450,000 miles in the chat. And the first one that pulls it up and I see it, I'm going to bring you up on the screen. I'm going to click on the screen on your name. So let's talk about that. How has it benefited you holistically? Yeah.
Well, when you're boxing, you need stamina. Once he some boxers can fight, but
Uh-huh.
can fight real good, but they don't have stamina.
Right.
They can't last. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times when I was boxing, I noticed that if I can outlast my opponent, I could
Right.
win with that. And sometimes
Right.
there were fighters that could fight much better than me, but they couldn't outlast me. They
Right.
couldn't the third round, the fourth round, the fifth round, it was tied. They was
Mm-hmm.
wow. And the fight was basically over. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had quicker hand speed, hit harder than I did, but
Mm-hmm.
without the stamina, couldn't last. And my
Right.
running, like I ran 5 miles a day every day.
Mm-hmm.
So that just helped me. You know,
Wow.
jogging,
Mm-hmm.
jumping ropes. I mean, not taking shortcuts. You know, like you can't take shortcuts. You know, you can't just pick up a book, look in the book, close the book up. No, you got to study. You got to grind. You got to get into it. You got to just, you know, you got to really focus and grind and get into it.
Right. That's right. And that's some secret sauce, folks. You gotta grind. You gotta get into it. And that makes us masters. That
Yes.
helps us to master our craft,
Hmm.
no matter what it is. It can be owning a lounge, it can be being in the middle of the boxing ring, it can be doing jujitsu, it can be anything. But in order to master it, you've got to really be committed. You've got to have discipline. You've got to have focus. You've got to have tenacity. And you've got to have stamina to stay in the race, even when other people are falling out of the race.
Yes.
So, Champ, I want to ask you. I know that you've been all around the world and you've talked to so many people all around the world, and I think you said, who was your easiest fight again?
Well, in the professional level was Thomas Tate. That
Hmm.
the fight I won my championship in Italy.
Right.
That was an easy fight. I mean, because I guess it was easy for me. I mean, I really wasn't in good shape at the time because they called me. They gave me like 2 weeks to prepare for this fight. But see, when you when you get a call for boxing to fight somebody in such a short time, it's not really. It's what I did years ago that propelled me for that fight. So it was my running, it was my training that every day, even though I didn't have any fights coming up, I was still in shape. I was still in the gym. I was still doing the right stuff, just in case I would get a call. And when I got the call, I was ready. So, and that was an easy fight for me. I went to Italy. Um, that was it was easy. I mean, I went to Italy, beat him every round with
Right.
ease, and came on back with the title, and was so grateful, so grateful.
And you were prepared somewhat because it turned out to be easiest. And you talked about your hardest fight being the one fight, excuse me, overseas was your hardest fight. So as you reflect on that today, champ, and it being your hardest fight, what is the one primary thing that you got from that fight?
Well, that fight was so hard because it was a slugfest, and for me to fight somebody
Mhm.
with my style, I'm tall, I'm slim, I'm lanky, so therefore I shouldn't be slugging. I should be hitting, moving, getting
Right.
out the way. I should be hitting two, 3 times, move out the way. But this
Exactly.
guy, I fought him like I stood toe to toe, and that made it so hard for me fighting toe to
Yes.
toe. You know, because I guess I was just because the first round he beat me so bad. The first round, I
Hmm.
wanted to show him that I was man up. Let's fight. Okay, it's on. It's on.
Yeah.
And I made it tougher than what I should have. So, but I prevailed. Thank goodness I prevailed. And of course, but you really can't go off your game plan when you get hit with a good shot or you get somebody hit you, somebody or they win the first round from you, they stun you. You really can't go off your game plan. Which I did. I went off my game
Yes.
plan, but I did win the fight.
All right. I love it. I love it. And so, Champ, we've got several comments in here. I want to go back to some of the comments. And of course, you got a lot of love. T. Claiborne says, great interview. So thank you so much. And you got all kinds of love coming in here.
Oh, that's so nice.
Uh, and Dr. Yamai just said that you had you had a vision, champ. You had a vision. So let's talk about that. What was your vision as a champion?
Well, when I was young, I used to jog. I used to always dream of winning the championship. But then, I guess, when I became a man, when I became mature, and leading up to the championship, I was thinking, what am I going to do after boxing? Like most fighters, a lot of fighters after boxing, they're lost. They some of them homeless. Some of them don't know what to do. And sometimes when you're boxing, right, getting punched on, sometimes it can damage the brain. You know, so a lot of boxers really can't talk good. Of course, my speech is sort of, I talk with a blur to my voice from getting punched on so much. I have like a drag to my voice. Um, but thank goodness I have a good wife to help me out a whole lot. I must say, when I was boxing, I knew I had to do something after boxing. I knew I had to have some kind of backup plan if
Right.
boxing don't take me to the next level. And I had a backup plan after boxing.
Awesome. And I love that. So let's look right here. We've got some, wow, so many folks are streaming in. James, Mom Point, we see you from Woodbridge, VA. If you got a question for the champ, don't hesitate. Make sure you share it with us. And we got Dr. Yamaji saying no half step in the mastery of self. And that is hard. That is not
Yes.
easy.
Yes.
And Franzi said you had provided a great insight regarding discipline. What helped you to preserve to achieve such a great accomplishment, champ?
Um, what helped me to preserve? I wanted to be a champion. I wanted it more than anything. And sometimes, you know what? You can speak existence into, you can speak words. Words carry power. I would tell myself as I'm jogging, I'm gonna be champion. I would jog with knowing in my heart that I wanted to be champion, and I had in my heart my desire, my mind, and in the gym, boxing, training, I just knew I was gonna be champion. I just knew I just was nothing gonna stop me from becoming the champion. And I guess with that dream, with that desire from a little boy, I wanted that. And I'm gonna tell you something. Anybody out here right now, you can say something you want. You can speak life with your word. Life itself you can speak existence from your mouth. And I spoke it, and I achieved it. And if I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. In any situation, not just boxing, in your home, in the office, anything. You can become champion in your own right. It takes discipline. It takes strategy. It takes focus, and it just takes just putting your mind and body into it, and you can get things done. So after doing all that, then when you meet a good partner with you, you have a good partner, then the world opens up for you, and like it just
Yes.
opened up for me.
Yes. And champ, I was looking at some verbiage that we got from one of our viewers
Okay.
named Maliki or Malachi Wright. I don't know if I'm saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But what they said was, I think it was your hunger. Like Les
Yes.
Brown says, you got to be hungry.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so you were hungry for success.
Yes. Well,
You were hungry, and you strove for success, and you didn't give up.
I won't say.
So
Hold, Doc. I don't want to. I won't say for success. I wanted the championship. I wanted. I guess I knew if I got the belt, everything else came along with it.
right.
So I mean, I wanted a championship. I
Mhm.
won't say I was looking for the success. I was looking to bring me a belt back home. Anytime I could have a chance to fight for a belt. So that's
Right.
what I wanted. I wanted the belt. I wanted the championship.
Awesome. And so Corey Fox said, that's like life. You can't get off your game plan when life hits you. And let's talk about it. You've been
Well,
you've
I've been
been hit,
down. I've been
just like
hit.
you've
I've
hit
been
a lot of
down.
folks.
Yes.
You've been
I've been
hit.
down. I've been hit. I've been down. I've been hit. I've been hurt, and in the ring, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't, I couldn't just, I had to put it behind me. I had to just get up and go jogging the next day. I had to get up and go keep training. I had to get up. I had to go back to
Yep.
the drawing board, try it all over again, like I
Yep.
did.
Yep. And
And
go ahead, champ.
from doing that, see, a lot of times, right? Like I know fighting some guys in the 5th round, 7th or 8th round.
Mhm.
I mean, I warmed down from
Yes.
me being in shape, me being in condition.
Mhm.
Condition wins fights. Sometimes it's not only your talent, but
Yes.
you if you're in condition, that's half the battle right there. Just being in shape.
Awesome. I love it. And thank you, folks, for your comments so far. So, what interpersonal skills have you mastered and utilized from being in the ring? How have you streamed those
Okay.
over to your
Well,
personal life?
good. You say that. Well, I own an HVAC company right now called Air Champion.
What's the name of it, champ? Say
Air
that again.
Champion. Air Champion. It's called
Air
Air
Champion.
Champion. Air Champion. Of course, I'm a champion, so you deal with air, heating, and air conditioning. So I named it Air Champion, and I tackle it the same way. I try to give a customer my best. I give them. Is it from jogging again? Is it from training for another fight?
Yes.
Going to a person's house, I treat them the same way. I give them all I have. I give them my best, and I'm rewarded with a lot of referrals. I'm very rewarded with referrals.
Right. Awesome. I love it. So, if you need your AC checked on, make sure you contact Air Champion Heating and Air. So, champ, you said earlier that you took a lot of hits, and a lot of boxers do.
Yes.
And it really affects them in a negative way. Look at Mr. Muhammad Ali, and so many others. But one of our guests said it didn't damage your efficiency in presenting yourself. So how does it feel to know that?
Well, I must say
had
thank you. I must say thank you for that. You know what? I take vitamins. Vitamins also help the brain. It helps you. I have my wife. She directs me with the vitamins.
Yes.
I mean, not just. I mean, my vitamins I take. I drink. You know what? The average person don't drink enough water. I must say,
Yes.
water is the key to life. Water. Water is the key to life. I drink a lot of water, and I just, I don't eat. I eat regular food, but I don't eat a lot of fried food.
Yes.
And I just, I do love some fried food, but I try to stay away from it. So it's my diet. It's the water intake.
Mhm.
I must say I could use more vegetables myself. I don't eat a lot of vegetables myself. I can use more vegetables,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I guess
Yes.
it's eating, in the vegetables and the vitamins. The vitamins is crucial because sometimes the older you get, the less nutrients you get out your body. You lose them fast and you don't replace them. So I guess I take vitamins every day, which also help my brain to think, help me to
Yes.
stay on top of things.
Yes.
At least
And Miss Wright said that Miss Wright agrees with what you're saying. So listen, champ, you might just said you got it right in heart and in your soul and spirit. You are a great manifester, and we know that's the truth. And she said, even though you took them blows, you still look fantabulous.
Well, thank you for that. That's so nice. That is so nice.
That's right. And you still look fantabulous. You're doing a lot of wonderful things. You're still championing life, and you're doing a lot to help other people in your neighborhood, in the community where you have your business. Because let's face it, a lot of people have businesses, but they don't contribute to the communities. But you're not like that. You're contributing to the communities. And so, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back because I've got some secret sauce for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Because somebody's here, and they said that you're a heck of a guy. Not only a heck of a champ, but you're a heck of a guy. So, folks, bear with us for a quick moment. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming right back, and let's get some secret sauce and see who's in the house. Be right back.
I had the opportunity to work with Lotus Richey and her team to create a promo video for my business. And let me tell you, she and her team are pretty darn outstanding. I had recorded a video that we were going to use in the promo. And during our meeting, they actually walked me through what worked in the video, and they provided suggestions for improving the video so that I can actually capture the audience and the clients that I want and the people that need my services. They actually told me what I could add to the video and how to set the entire thing up so that when people watch that promo, they will come away knowing who I am, what I do, and why they should contact me. So if you have the chance to work with Lotus Richey and her team, you are not going to be disappointed.
Intelligent,
What?
Powerful and cunning. He is
the former middleweight boxing champion of the world.
Russian fighting the Russian over
Let's
here?
do that again.
Always patient, powerful, and cunning. He is the former middleweight boxing champion of the world and a two-time Hall of Famer. He has fought men from all around the world. Thomas Tate, Lamar Parks, Roy Jones Jr., and many more. He is the champion of all champions. And today, he's sharing with people all around the world how to champion life and win. Please welcome none other than Show No Mercy Percy.
Hey, 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 hey. And we are back with our amazing guest tonight, the former middleweight champion of the boxing world, none other than Show No Mercy Percy. He is here tonight, and we are talking about a power-packed conversation. What? Champion life and win. He is a champion. He was a champion then, and he's still a champion now. Once a champion, always a champion. We're so happy to have you here tonight, champ. And so, champ, I know time is kind of winding up for the show, but listen, we've got a couple of questions from our audience.
Okay.
Do you have time to stick around and take them?
Yes, of course.
All right. So James said, do you have any regrets? Any regrets?
No regrets. It's just the fact that I know when you're boxing, you're getting punched in the head. As what I know now, it's not too good to be punched in the brain for the brain to take punishment. You know, I guess if I'd have known what I know now, I don't know if I would have started boxing, but no, I have no regrets because boxing got me to where I'm at. It helped me. It made me who I am. So no regrets at all. No.
All right, fantastic. And so I got some secret sauce. I got somebody in the studio, and I'm going to wait for them to open up their camera, and then I'm going to bring them right on. And in the meantime, and in between time, you got another question out of Washington, D.C. It says, how challenging was it to transition away from boxing?
Well, doing something from 9 to 29, I'm 58 now.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that tough because running all the miles I ran, it was a breather. I needed a break. Let me tell you something. For the first 2 years after I retired from boxing, I think I had a boat. I stayed on my boat for I just relaxed, fished, and just was enjoying life for 2 years. I just relaxed my brain and didn't know what I was going to do as far as what career I was going to go into. And I just relaxed on my boat for 2 years, relaxed. And then I started touring. I had a touring company. That company was called Half Price Touring. I don't own it any longer. I did that for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So I had 5 trucks, 3 drivers along with myself. And, it was good. And So like right now, I'm about to start something else too. I have we have a Ocean Lounge in DC on 8th Street,
Yep.
1228th Street, Washington DC, Northeast DC. The bar. I have HVAC company, and I'm about to start I'm about to purchase a non car hauler.
Yes.
It tows cars from coast to coast, anywhere, non cars. So I'm about to
Wow.
get into that.
Wow. And so Dr. Jamaja says, wow, I am totally impressed, champ. I hold you in high positive regard. Divine being who is embraced by the big G. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Thank you
Oh,
so
thank
much.
you for the compliment. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much.
such nice words.
And
Thank you
so,
so much.
folks, I always have some secret sauce. And champ, we know you got a lot going on, and you could do and be anywhere you want. But here's what I know, champ. Real champions do what real champions do. And someone has shared with me that they had spoken to you for just a few minutes, that you spoke with them and you really made them think. And so most of the time, your family knows you best. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's your in laws that know you best.
Okay.
And sometimes it's just people you know. So I got two folks in the studio that we're
Ooh.
going to bring up. And Mr. Wright, you up first.
How you doing? How y'all doing? What's
Hey,
up,
hey,
Uncle
buddy.
Percy?
Hey,
What's
buddy,
up,
how you
buddy?
doing?
And how are you doing, miss? How you doing?
Doing very well. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Tough, but I'm hanging in there.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell us what you said. You said you just had the opportunity to speak to the champ for a few minutes, and he really made you think about your life and about what it is that you were doing. So talk on that.
Hey, champ, you don't mind, do you?
No, speak on, brother. Speak on.
Okay. Well, champ, he came and got me one day from I was being released, and he came and picked me up, right? Because I didn't have a way back. So when he came and picked me up, we talked. The whole ride, we talked. And he told me about his life. He told me about the things he went through. But it was one thing he told me that I really listened to, and it stuck out to me. It stood out to me. And that was when he was telling me the story about when he didn't have a driver's license, right?
Yes.
And he wanted to drive his car. Yeah, he had to go to work. He had stuff he had to do. But he said, I know I ain't supposed to be doing this, but I got stuff I got to do. So he got pulled over, and he got, incarcerated, whatever the case may be. He got held. So he said after that moment, he said, never again. Never again. And I was saying to myself in my head, like, how, right? A brother like him, right? Taking his head into consideration, like, you know what, this is not for me. But a brother like me, I turned around and was like, you know what, I just don't care. I guess this me. He really made me think about that. And I'm saying, yeah, I got a family now. So of course, my whole outlook of, getting in trouble and everything is totally different. It's totally somewhere else now, right?
Wow.
Because I want to live. I want to be like Champ. I want to live. You know what I mean? So that was my input. Would you say, man? I apologize. Would you say?
I said, wow, because what I'm hearing you say is that the champ helped you change your life for the better. And that's definitely some secret sauce. So champ.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm always grateful to help somebody.
It was just the story. It was just the story. Like some people need to hear that. Like a lot of young guys out here. I mean, I know. I'm gonna speak on young guys. I'm a young guy. I ain't number 40, so I'm still young.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us don't want to listen to it because we don't know no other way. We tried. I mean, some of us tried. Some of us probably didn't even try and thought we tried. I mean, it's just when you was talking to me, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, how you come from all that to be who you are now? And I'm hoping that same blessing or faith happened to me. as long as I keep on the right track, you know.
Exactly.
Like a lot of brothers need to look at him and realize that he survived.
This is what you do, buddy. Hold on.
survived.
This is what you do. Let me say something, my partner. What
Yes,
you
sir.
do is, okay, are you working right now, right? Are you work? What are you doing right now?
No, I'm an amputee, collecting a check, trying to take care of my family. I mean, I'm working on my prosthetic and stuff like that. But it's a lot. Like when it come down to family, kids, and trying to like maintain a home, that's hard. Now I see what my grandmother, and the rest of my family members, and people I didn't know that wasn't my family members, and I'm watching them go through life struggling. I know how I feel now. Because when I was single by myself, I had no words. That's why I tuned in, because I really wanted to share that. Like, Champ,
Wow.
you did a great job, man.
Well, thank you.
You did a great job, bro.
Thank you, buddy.
Because it ain't a lot of older brothers like you sitting on a podcast talking to nobody, touching nobody. Either they locked up, dead, or they on their way.
Yep.
Or they just don't want to be bothered with the old places and things they once knew.
Right, giving it back.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what you doing. It might not be money, but you giving back the best way you can.
Right.
I love that. So I want to thank you, Mr. Wright, for sharing that, because what you said is spot on. And the champ does so much, and he's got so much coming up that he's going to be doing in the community. And so we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to have the champ respond to that. And we've got one final question for the night. We'll be right back.
Remember, follow the show on YouTube, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing as you ignite and take flight in every area of your life.
All right, and we are back. And so we got some secret sauce surprise in the station tonight. We got Cheryl, your sister-in-law is here. So Cheryl, are you with us?
Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? How you doing, Cheryl? How you doing? That's some secret sauce there.
Yes. So Cheryl, I want to thank you for being here. Cheryl has got some secret sauce. Cheryl is actually his sister-in-law, folks. So go ahead and put a C in the chat. Give Cheryl some love. Put a C in the chat. So Cheryl, as we wind the show down, again, I want to thank you for being here. And we know that the champ is an amazing champ. He's an excellent businessman and so forth. And what we know is that he's your brother-in-law. So can you talk a bit about his humble heart and what he means to you?
Hold up. Her phone.
You got to turn your mic on, darling.
Oh,
Okay, we can hear you now.
Go ahead. We can hear you now.
okay. I'm just waiting for something to go away here. Okay, first of all, Dr. Rashay, I want to say it is my pleasure to make an appearance on your show. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
Now, as far as No Mercy Percy, the champ, when I met Percy some time ago, when him and my sister met, I thought he was a heck of a guy, which was mentioned earlier. I thought he was confident, kind, loving, vivacious. He's got a vivacious personality. He's bold in a very positive and very gregarious way. He's also extroverted and introverted. And I just want to kind of say what that means to me. He's so extroverted, he's sociable, and he gets along with people, and people like him. He likes people. He's also introverted because he can lay back and think and work with my sister, which I really appreciate very, very much. That's the introverted part. When you have to step away from socialization and get serious about what you have to do as far as part ownership of the club, working hard, So that's the combination that I really love about him, being extroverted and introverted. He is, Dr. Rashay, a champion in so many different areas, not just in the ring, not just boxing, but he is a champion in so many different areas. He is, I want to say focus, and you use the word tenacity, which I love so very much. He does have tenacity, and that strategy and stamina is very, very important. When you box, it's not just throwing punches, it's a skill that requires a thought process and all of the above that I've just mentioned: coordination, focus, tenacity, strategy, and stamina. And Champ, my brother-in-law Percy, yes, stamina is a lot, because just like you said, somebody may be a better fighter, but if they don't have the energy, the stamina, then guess what? You can get in there and do your thing. So it's all, to me, systematic. And that is why you have trained as hard as you have and become as great as you have and still are. I
Well, thank you.
also
Thank you
commend,
so much, Cheryl.
and you're welcome. You welcome my brother-in-law and champion. I also commend him for just his un his love for my sister never wavers. It never wavers. It's
Yes.
unconditional and never wavers. And I just really love that. So he is also a champion in that area. He's not just a champion, I say again, in the ring. He is a champion in our life as a family. So I just
Exactly.
want to say, Percy, I'm coming from my heart here, so give me some seconds to get it out there. It is a pleasure having you as a brother-in-law, Percy.
Oh,
And
thank you
all,
so much.
it's not just boxing, but it is a hall of fame in this family as well. So I wanted to make sure that I said that. And it's just like the song, "We are the champions, my friends. Keep on
Oh,
fighting
thank
to
you
be
so much.
done." So it's all about that. And I thank you for loving my sister unconditionally and always being so, so very supportive, just always being there. And I think that the two of you are champions together.
Yes.
Yes,
So
we
I
are.
love
Yes,
that.
we are.
what I have to say, and again, Dr. Rashay, thank you for having me.
It's my esteemed pleasure. And thank you for coming and sharing your kind words. And our viewer said, Janet Walker from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know where she is in the world right now. Hey, Janet, good to see you. She said, you can tell the champ really respects and loves his sister in law. This was a great moment to see.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
yes,
then she
yes,
said,
yes.
champion of life, and that you are. And so I want to thank you, Miss Cheryl, for sharing your your thoughts, your heart, your love. I want to thank Mr. Wright for sharing his experience. Because people they can be different in the ring or up on stage. But
Yes.
then when you see them in real life, being a real person, that is what separates the champions from the non-champion.
Yes.
And you unequivocally have done that. And so, to our viewers, as we wind down, I want to thank you. And those of you that might just be coming on tonight, we've had a wonderful discussion with the former middleweight boxing champion of the world and the two-time Hall of Famer, none other than No Mercy Percy. He is truly a champion of life, and he is championing life, and he's winning. And so, Percy, look, I had somebody hit me up and say, look, you got to bring him back to the show. And so I gotta have you back. And so when we do the show next time, folks, Champ, will you come back to the show
Yeah,
first of
of
all?
course, it'd be a pleasure. Of course, Doc. Of course, it'd be
Okay.
a pleasure.
So, Champ, when you come back to the show, I know some secret sauce about some new stuff that you're doing, but I'm not going to let it out. I'm going to come to you, and we're going to host a show right from your location. What do you think
Sound
about
good.
that?
Sound like a plan. Sound good.
Awesome. Sounds great. So, folks all around the world, again, we got Corey Fox. He says, that's like life. You can't get off your game plan. He said that earlier. Okay. When your life hits you. That's right. And so, look, we are talking about life. We are talking about championing life. And we are talking about you. That's right, viewers. You out there in the world, no matter where you are or what you do, always know that you can champion life and win.
Yes.
And so, Champ, before we go, I'd like you to have your final words of the broadcast, your final words of wisdom. What would you like to share and encourage people to do as they go? But wait, also, don't forget, let them know how they can connect with you.
Okay. My email would be percy.harris007@gmail.com. If you're looking for HVAC work, Air Champion, airchampion1.com. It was just so nice to hear somebody other than it was just nice to hear what family think about you. Sometimes you don't know you're around family, you see family, but you don't know how they feel about you deep down inside. And then I didn't know Cheryl felt that way. I was just like, wow, that's like I was impressed. I was just like startled, her thinking those nice thoughts of me like that. How I take care of sister and how I just try to navigate through the family. Sometimes when you come into the family, you're different and you don't know what people expect. And what I want to leave with the people, anybody can be a champion. I mean, you can find something, do something, and just strive to do it right. Strive to do it, give it your all. And giving it your all, you can become champ. Just give it your all, and you'll be surprised of the outcome. Especially put your heart into it. So I want to say thank you, Doctor. Thank you for this wonderful show. This has been so nice, so heartfelt, so touching. This has really been nice. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you, Champ. And I can't wait to have you back. So let's give a virtual round of applause to the Champ. Woo, woo! Go ahead and put some P's in the comment block below. Put a P in there for No Mercy Percy, the former world middleweight boxing champion of the world. And two-time Hall of Famer. So thank you so much. And so I'm going to have my final words of wisdom for the show this evening. Whew, wow. Whew. Folks, I want to thank each and all of our viewers all around the world. Those who are going to hit the replay, hit the replay. Viewers, those who are hitting the replay, those that are watching now, please share this broadcast out. And also, make sure you send Mr. Percy some love. Send him some love and let him know that you enjoyed him. Because, of course, it takes tenacity, stamina, and energy. And remember, he shared with us that our words have power. And it takes discipline and commitment to get to where we're trying to go. He started his first fight. He had his first fight at 9. Okay? And that lets you know that he's been through some things. And he came on the show tonight and we dove right into champion life and win. And so tonight, I'll say to you, go ahead and connect with the champ. Make sure you connect with him. Send him an email. Connect with him at percy.harris007@gmail.com. And those of you that are in Washington, D.C., go on down to the Ocean Lounge in Washington, D.C. on B Street or H Street. He and his wife will be happy to have you there. And don't forget, he shared with us a partner can help you navigate life. A partner can help you navigate life and win. Don't forget that. And also, this is some secret sauce. Mr. Percy has a book that's going to be coming out. So next time I bring him to the show, I'm going to get him to talk about the book.
That's right. And so, with no further ado, sending love and light to all of you. Be sure to ignite and take flight in every area of your life. Even Roy Jones said he finally knew that he fought somebody when he fought Mr. Percy. No Mercy Percy. Again tonight, we thank you and we love you. I see so many comments coming in. I was getting ready to sign off, but hold on. Let me go look at the comments. I don't want to leave without the comments. Hold on. Let me bring Mr. Percy back in. I won't be going off by myself. Angie said, great show. Jemijah said, thanks so very much, beloved, beautiful, bodacious, brilliant, badass, Nubian queen. Wow. Thank you too. We got some peas from Janet Walker in the house. And we've got several more P's. All right, great show, great show. We love you and we appreciate you. And how fitting to go out on the show than to say, well, I got one more comment. Let me see. All right. From his story, he deserves all that he has worked for. Yes. Thank you so much. So with no further ado, we're going to send this right to you. Enjoy and have a good night. Intelligent, poised, patient, powerful, and cunning, he is the former middleweight boxing champion of the world. And a two-time Hall of Famer, he has fought men from all around the world. Charles Scott, Thomas Tate, Lamar Parks, Roy Jones Jr., and many more. He is the champion of all champions. And today, he's sharing with people all around the world how to champion life and win. Please welcome none other than Show No Mercy Percy. Thanks, champ.
Thank you for watching the show.
And remember, always follow us on Facebook. Like and share. And make sure you tag a friend. Let them know that you care. What other type of shows you'd like us to present for you. Remember, follow the show on YouTube. Subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing as you ignite and take flight in every area of your life.